Oceania. Oceania is the vast stretch of Pacific Ocean, which includes Australia and many of the islands in the Pacific. The original inhabitants in Oceania were Melanesian, Micronesian, Polynesian, and Australian Aboriginal. However, in the last 4 centuries, European powers have heavily colonized the region. So now, people of all ethnic backgrounds call the region home.
From tropical islands to clear blue waters, Oceania is a place to unwind and relax. From their freshest fruits to their finest cuisines, this beautiful place will show you what they have to offer.
Oceania is filled with indigenous practices, woven into its unique faith groups, beliefs, and religions, making it one of the most diverse regions in the entire world. So, whether you're under the shade of a palm tree, the heat of the Australian outback, or the silhouette of one of Easter Island's moai, Oceania is sure to inspire.
Vanessa Ofrencia. Vanessa is a third year student, a psychology and English ed major, has been dancing since the age of 4. She's a great dancer and always switches up her style.
Up next is Gio Aruro. He's a fourth-year social service major. Great news, we will be having a baby girl this spring.
Angie Carrion. Angie's a first-year student. Angie participates in APIA and FASTA. It's Filipino, Hawaiian, and Chinese and Spanish, and might be allergic to Pop-Tarts.
Up next is Maureen Meadows. She's representing the Philippines. She was somehow participating in the FMSA and APIA. Thank you, Maureen.
Here comes Anthony Martin, representing the Philippines. Anthony is a freshman, a physical therapy major who participates in FASTA, APIA, TRIO, and First in the Family, lifelong boarding. Thank you, Anthony.
Next, Nicolia Rosa. Representing Samoa, she is a law justice and philosophy lady. She is a sophomore in APIA and is blessed to dance and listen to music. And another personal note right here.
My name is Patrick Gatto of Samoa. I'm representing Samoa.
Coming up next, we want to take you to the islands of Polynesia and Tahiti. The Tahitian dance is exuberant and vibrant and has a long history of cultural significance. In the early age of the island dances, performances were symbolic and significant, not just an art form. Native people had different dances for different occasions. The variations have to do with movement and performers, where every hand gesture tells a story. Dancing to Porunitia, and please welcome Sarah, Vanessa, and Miti B. Here comes Tiana Parsons. She'll be performing a spoken word titled, Diversity. The complex intricacies that surround what we know about diversity will be broken down through the rhythm and flow of Tiana's artistic interpretation. Please welcome to the stage, Tiana Parsons.
Because even though we survived through the struggle that made us, we still look at ourselves through the eyes of people that hate us. Set a mortal tech. More's out of place, got us in a wreck, losing any and all sense of dignity and self-respect. Look for truth in a place that stands higher than man. Living water flows freely like healing hands. Wash away the dirt of society, and when you see, you'll understand. The ugliness and the beauty are colliding forces like opposing rhythms attempting to coalesce, but still is the silence where it falls short of peace. The diversity seeps from within, but y'all don't really hear me though. You only see the outer shell, but you don't really know me so. Either way, the presence of judgment glossing over your eyes. It's the self-hatred we create, not time, that brings us closer to our demise. The complex of mixed girls caught in the racial divide. Beautiful like a pearl, but trapped on the inside. The stigma don't quite fit. Light eyes, slim in the waist, thick in the hips, hair barely short of a perfect mix. Not quite what you see, but your predisposition doesn't make me or break me. Only I have the power to do that, but hard it is to maintain composure in my own skin. Understand the mental poison of broken perception clinging to the truth unspoken. Girls of all ethnicities still short of perfection, striving to be physically what they could never be. The idea of perfection is ridiculous when portrayed as an aspiration. Perfection is what you see when you look in the mirror, a reflection in the image of the man upstairs. The water flows over and you don't look any different, but now you know somebody cares. There's how you look and then there's what you see when you look. Knowledge is key, so keep your mind open like a book. The pigmentation of skin never did define what you would be, and it's your culture and your ability to be different that make you a beauty. There's so many shades and colors that mean everything and yet nothing at the same time. The spectrum, vast and brilliant, stands in broken pieces, but the depth is still the same, right? The details of the features differentiate in silence, and when spoken divides us up. The racial line only exists because it caters to our ignorance. You feel the disgust? Judge them for they do not act as you do. Persecute them because their beliefs differ from yours. Demean them when they speak as you don't. Give the discrimination a name, their ethnicity. It's easy to create a stigma for a color when you can't see the color's true depth. What's hideous to you was gorgeous to me, but it's made to me something not worth loving. I find beauty in the hideous. I just can't make your mind. Too many thoughts and not enough time. Mock if you wish, but the diversity apparent in my veins shines bright. The ancestral roots of which I've longed to know push me on through the night. Everything I am means everything to me and yet nothing to the world. I see in clear distortion through the mix of color swirls. A wise man once said, the mind is like a jewel sun, only a fool wouldn't grasp it. Understand the importance of personal culture and you'll never look past it. Who you are and everything you will ever be is driven by internal diversity. Thank you.
Asia, tradition, spirits, legends, truths. Asia is a land of soaring mountains and shearing valleys. It is a land where tradition, past, present, and future blend together harmoniously. Asia is the world's most largest and populous continent.
Asia is inhabited with roughly 3.8 billion people. It hosts about 60% of the world's current population, having many cultural and historical influences throughout the regions. Asia is home to over 2,000 languages, 52 countries, and countless religions.
Whether you're looking for ancient or traditional ruins and temples, or even ultra-modern skyscrapers, Asia has it all, and it never ceases to delight.
Here comes Daniel Aoi, representing Japan.
Up next is Kazuya Yabuki. Not here right now. Take it in. Instead, we have Ayano Tamaki. She has a stage ticket and is an international flag.
Here comes Leah Usui, from representing Japan. Leah is a first-year graduate student in climate behavior and ecology. And she participates in the International Club Primate Awareness Network and is Japanese. Welcome, Leah.
Up next, we have Madoka Suda. She representing Japan, is also an exchange student and is an English major. Thank you, Madoka.
Here comes Crystal McDonald. Crystal's representing South Korea. She is a sophomore and a business major in American Korean, studying nails art as a hobby. Welcome, Crystal.
Up next, we have Clinton Moore. And an EMT club. She was born in India and lived there for 16 years.
Here comes James Liu from China. Thank you, James.
Last but not least, here comes Bella to the Wildcat once more.
For Asia. Up next, we'll have the Tahitian, Polynesian, and Tahitian dancers. The Tahitian dance is exuberant and vibrant and has a long history of cultural significance. In the early age of the island dances, performances were symbolic and significant, not just an art form. Native people had different dances for different occasions. The variations have to do with movement and performers, with every hand gesture tells a story. Dancing to Purani Dia, please welcome Sarah, Vanessa, and UTB.